Good evening and welcome to Coast AM. I'm Dave Schrader, your host for this evening. Faring decent this week in Minnesota as we're facing the polar vortex seems to be shifting and going away from us. The misery index, which I never even knew we kept here in Minnesota at unbelievably alarming rates. This is the worst, coldest, and most miserable winter in over 30 years. I don't even think they needed to report that, as obviously everybody living in Minnesota knew that already. I saw something tonight that was absolutely astounding. I want to make a mention of this. Intrigue Theater is visiting here in Minnesota, and I know they're doing a tour. They're going to be popping up in different parts of the United States. If you're a fan of the paranormal or of the supernatural, I can't recommend the show any higher rating ever. This has got to be one of the coolest shows I've ever seen. They have this illusion and mediumship show. They actually do a throwback to the turn of the century, from the 19th to 20th century spiritualism, those old parlor meetings where they would have entertainers come in and mediums, and they actually tackle all of these different topics, and they do mediumship, they do ghosts, seances, voodoo, witchcraft, time travel, which really astounded me. This really cool hypnotherapy, time travel, wibbly wobbly deal that went on, and it just absolutely, I'm blown away. And after 9 years of doing radio and traveling around the world to see amazing things, this has got to be one of the best live shows I've ever seen. So check out IntrigueTheater.com. If you guys are out there around the United States looking for an entertainment bang for your buck, I don't think you'll find anything better. This totally knocked me out tonight. Great show. I can't wait. I look forward to going back to it again. I wanted to mention that because, again, that's fun. That's entertainment. That's bringing the illusion of the paranormal back into the now. And it shows you how easily the mind can be manipulated and made to believe that things are real. Well, what happens when it's not entertainment? It's not just a movie about a possessed house in Amityville, New York, or a young girl possessed by demons. What if it's a reality? What if something actually happens out there that brings darkness to somebody's life? Well, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. The Demon of Brownsville Road, a Pittsburgh family's battle with evil in their home. Bob Cranmer, our guest, will be joining us. Back in October of 1988, Bob Cranmer buys a house in Pittsburgh, in a suburb he grew up in, but had no idea that his dream home was about to become his worst nightmare. And it seems the Cranmers were fated to own this house at 3406 Brownsville Road because as a young boy, Bob had been drawn to the property. And just when the family decided to move back to Brentwood, the house went up for sale. Without a second thought, they purchased that house that Bob had always been dreaming of owning. When we come back, we'll find out about this dream house that quickly slipped into nightmare status. That's what we've got coming up for you for the next 2 hours here on Coast to Coast AM.